Okay, welcome to this section where I'm going to show you how to record your own voice on your recordings in your auto dialer and your own voice in your iTeleCenter. Now I'm going to include a couple of things here. I'm going to give you some scripts to choose from that will go on your auto dialer, and I'm also going to give you some scripts to choose from if you would like to do a recording on your iTeleCenter. That will give you a pretty good idea of how to record your own stuff. Now keep in mind, let me go back one more time, your lead supplier will do this for you if you wish. So again, this video is purely optional. So I'm going to include a link here below this video that gives you a free download to a program called Audacity. Now I'm not going to give you great detail of how to do this because most of it is very well self-explanatory. However, you can go in just as I'm doing right here after you download it and open the program in your computer if you choose to do your own recordings, and you can click record, and as you can see as I'm talking here, it's actually recording my voice as I go along. As soon as you're happy with the recording that you have here, you can simply download this as an MP3 or a WAV file. That way we can load it in your auto dialer. Now I'm not going to go into great detail here, but you will find underneath here some scripts for recording your own messages and a download link to a free program called Audacity. But let's move right on over to our auto dialer. Now this particular auto dialer is from YourCashToolbox.com. The login for this auto dialer is at YourCashToolbox.net. Now as soon as you buy your leads from there, they will supply you with the auto dialer. Now there is another auto dialer in use that I'm going to show you next, and we are going to briefly go over these. The very first thing we're going to do once we log in, you are going to see this screen right here, Welcome to TelServer. Now as soon as you're there, just simply click on Setup, come down to Campaign, and it's going to say campaign setup for, and it's going to actually have your name right here in this section. Now since we don't have a campaign yet or voice files in here, let's go ahead and go up to setup and come down to voice files, and let's put in the files that you have previously recorded that you want on your outgoing auto dialer and your TeleCenter accounts. Okay, now at the top you'll see voice file setup for, and of course it will have your name up here, and as you can see we have no voice files in here. So you have one of two options. You can either upload what you have previously recorded in your Audacity, or you can click the record button and they will give you a telephone number and a PIN number to call in on and record your own outgoing messages. Okay, let's go in here and let's just upload one for an example. Okay, I've loaded my message by checking off Choose File, finding those that I recorded in my computer, and you're simply going to click Upload, and it's going to pull them in for you. Now as soon as it's done uploading, you will see your messages here for your live person, if a live person was to answer, and answering machine, like a voicemail. If your auto dialer got a hold of a voicemail instead of a live person, it can leave a message on an answering machine for you. Now with our messages in here, let's go and build a campaign. So we come right up to Setup, click on Campaign. Now of course we come right back to campaign setup for, and of course this would be your name in here. Now let's build a new campaign since we've never built one before by clicking the green New button. Okay, this pulls up our campaign box. Now let me explain something. You'll have one, likely you'll only have one campaign and it will run multiple times. So you're really only ever going to build one. So let's label this My Everyday Campaign. Okay, now let's go down to Type, and we're going to choose Press 1 Live Voice and Answering Machine. Leave Inbound unchecked, leave Active checked. Now right here, your caller identification. Remember that telephone number that you got from iTeleCenter, the local phone number? Well, you're going to want to put it in here. So you're going to click Add. That pulls up a separate box that says Add ANI DNIS, which means your TeleCenter. So let's go ahead and add one in. And I'm going to click Save. It's going to tell me that that's in the state of Texas, which was correct. And look at there, it's going to add it in for me. Now I'm going to come down to the other one, and I'm going to pick the same phone number. That way the same phone number is in both of these blocks. Okay, moving right on down the list, local start time, put in 09 semicolon 00, local end time, put it at 21. Now remember, your auto dialer in this yourcashtoolbox.net runs in military time, so keep that in mind. Phone list scrubbing. Always, if you have a quality lead list and you know for a fact from your lead list that they are business leads advertised online, you may uncheck the scrub against DNC, you may uncheck master DNC, and you may uncheck scrub wireless. Now, leave customer DNC checked off, because if they add themselves to the do not call list, you don't want to make a mistake by calling them back. Add to DNC digits, select 9 at the very bottom of the list. Record agent call, leave it unchecked. Concurrent dial same number, leave as 1, and no dupe check. Now, come right on back to the top and select voice files. Now, right here, you're going to be able to take the voicemail and select your voicemail or answering machine message that you previously just uploaded, and in live person you're going to select live person. Now come right on down to the very bottom here and repeat message digit, just place it at 0. That way if anyone presses 0, it will start the message back over again. Okay, leave everything else blank here, and instead of saving, go right up to the next tab, which is options. Now let's do our press through digit as 1. Okay, and on our agent phone number, just type in your telecenter phone number that you have, again just like we did back in the other tab. Agent start time, place it at 09 semicolon 00. Agent end time, just put it at 23 semicolon 59. Agent time zone, you are the agent, so this depends on what time zone you are in. I happen to be in Central, so I'm going to select Central. Call transfer type, supervised. Immediate transfer, leave unchecked. Agent phone survey, leave unchecked, and detect media, leave it checked off, and click the save button. Now we have just created a campaign. Let's move on up and let me explain a couple other tabs to you. The data tab you will actually never use, so go ahead and skip over it. The test tab, if you would like to have it send you a phone call for a test at any time, simply add your personal phone number in here, your cell phone or home phone, and click test. It will literally call you just like your lead, and you can check your press 1s and your digits to make sure everything's working before you start. Now let's move on over to schedules. Alright, as you can see, we do not have a schedule set up yet, and that's good. It hasn't quite been time for it quite yet, so we need to add our very first schedule. Now, you can see in this block our schedule entry green block. Now, let me remind you again, you will have one campaign and it will run multiple schedules. You'll have one campaign and it may run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for weeks and months and years on end that you tell it to with one campaign. So try not to ever build an additional campaign unless it's for an additional purpose. So with that, let's set up our very first schedule in our one campaign. Okay, let's put in the current date that you want it to run. Let's move right on down and let me explain the start and end times of your auto dialer. Now you'll have to play with these because remember this is in different time zones across the US and Canada. So let's go ahead and type in our first number. 9 to 11. Now, what is that? Let's take a look. Well, if we're in the Pacific time zone, our auto dialer is going to start at 9 a.m. and finish at 11 a.m. Well, what is that over in the East Coast? Well, my goodness, that's 12 noon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can adjust these start and end times to match your best times in your particular time zone. Just be careful. Don't put in too early of a number here, because you don't want to wake the Pacific Coast up before it's time for them to get up. So I don't recommend that you call anyone on the Pacific Coast before 9 a.m. in the morning. So I would start at these numbers and work their way up. And remember, these are military times. So after we pass 12 o'clock, you would need to type in 1300 hours. And you can see here that that actually is 4 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, priority, leave it alone. The dial rate type, leave it at finish on time. And let's come on down to dial rate amount. You're going to set it at 1. Agents, 10. Phone entries. This is how many phone calls do you want it to make? How many leads do you want it to call on this one particular day? Now, if you're just getting started, I recommend somewhere around 1,000 phone calls or maybe even 1,500. Get with your inviter to have them tell you exactly what to do. Response stop count, leave it at 0. Redial once, 30 minutes, and uncheck no answer. Just leave busy checked off and leave active checked off. Now hold up 1 second before you save it, because if you bought leads, your leads are over here on the right hand side of the screen. So let's go ahead and click add. Now, of course, this is just an example, and it shows me to have 1 lead. But if you bought a 6,000 or 10,000 or 4,000 lead package, you will see these over here, and you will need to continue to click add as they begin to come down the screen, because it breaks them down by time zone. So as soon as you've added all your leads and it no longer gives you an option to add more, everything you purchased is already over here. And we can come right on back down to the save, and we can save this campaign. Make sure that the save button is grayed out and you are ready to go. Now, if you're using LeadNet Pro, let's go over that right quick. Okay, as you can see here, we are logged into the LeadNet Pro back office. Now, to get to your auto dialer, come right on over to LeadNet Pro software and click on that. Now, down here at the bottom, you'll see a box that says Go to Voice Broadcast. Let's go ahead and go there. And this pulls up our LeadNet Pro auto dialer. Now, as you can see, I already have several campaigns set up down the left-hand side. But just for this purpose here, I want to show you where to go to set up your voice files in this particular area. Now, in one of the following videos, you will see how to set your own campaign up. And remember, these videos are only for if you want to record your own voice in your auto dialer. So, let's go right on over to an icon that looks like a small speaker here. As soon as you drag your mouse over it, you'll see it says Add or Upload Message. You can also find the key for help. Add or upload messages is this icon right here. Now let's go ahead and click on that icon. Now, as you can see, I already have a few already uploaded in my LeadNet Pro, but this box called Set Messages For and the name of your campaign or opportunity that you have set up will appear. Now, the first time this pulls up, this box will actually be blank right here. So let's go right on down to the bottom where it says Add Sound File, and let's click on that. Now, a box will appear that says Add Sound File. Okay, let's go ahead and give this sound file a name that we are about to upload or record, and we can call it something like our live person message, or we could call it something like, if you're recording your voicemail message or answering machine, if you will, you can label it that. It's what you are about to upload or record over the telephone, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's label this. You can put a description on it if you want to. Now, you have two choices in LeadNet Pro. Remember back at the very beginning of this video, we talked about recording your own sound file on your computer using Audacity. Well, this is where you would check that off. We would want to check off upload a .wav file. Okay? And then we would simply click browse, find that on our computer, and then click add sound down here with this button. Now the second option is recording over the telephone. You would simply click this, and a second portion will appear that says call me at, and the LeadNet Pro software will literally give you a phone call and give you the options to get yourself recorded on that particular message. Now, as soon as you have recorded or uploaded your live person and voicemail message, if you prefer to have a voicemail message and answering machine message, when you get these uploaded in, they are going to appear in this box here. And you are simply going to see where you uploaded them. And you are either going to set that message as a broadcast message, or let's say that this goes your voicemail message. You're going to tell LeadNet Pro that this is your voicemail message. Now, as soon as you're done here, come right on down to the corner, and you'll see a button that says Copy Sound Files to Voice Broadcast. And that's it.